Hey guys, today I'm going to be unboxing the 1/100 scale Iron Blooded Orphans Full Mechanics Gundam Vidar. So here, once again, not very long after the release of the 1/144 scale HG kit, we have the release of the 1/100 scale Full Mechanics kit. Now, again, just the Full Mechanics thing apparently just means it's got more detail on the surface, though in the case of this one, it doesn't really look like it's that much more detail than like other Gundams in the series. The Barbatos Lupus was noticeably more than the previous versions of the Barbatos, but this one doesn't really have previous versions, I guess, unless you count the Chimaris, which was also quite detailed, especially the first one. Anyway, big thank you to MindFenix Hobby Store for sending me this kit to share with you guys. So if you're living in Australia, do check out their site. There, it's down below in the video info. So here we just have some more cool box art here, just the Gundam striking a pose there with its weapons, a couple of its weapons. It does have some more, though. It has quite a lot of weapons in the case of this kit, so that's something I think is pretty cool. Just in terms of this box art too, a couple interesting points to point out is that, like with the Barbatos Lupus, behind the Gundam you can see just the Gundam frame there, which is cool, and then below here you can see there's like one of the side skirt binders just kind of like floating there below, which is just kind of odd, like of all things to just have in there in that space, they just have that thing. The way that it's floating sort of look like it's just like flying by itself. Anyway, so yeah, that's just some normal box art here with the, I think that's called like a Buster Sword or something, not the Buster Sword, but something like that. I can't remember at the moment, we'll see once we get to the side of the box, but on this side here we can see it's just number 2 in the line, and that's just the Full Mechanics line, so the Season 2 1/100 scale kits. On this side here we can see some action shots. Let's see, pretty much the same shot that we saw there on the front of the box, the same pose anyway. It's on the front of the box. Let's see, mechanical details. Yes, it says it has a lot of mechanical details everywhere around on the kit. Action realized. This is one thing that the HG didn't have. It has this this part for the sword blades actually slides back. So when you're taking out a new sword blade, you can slide that part back, which is pretty cool. For to extend the saber, and then the realistic frame, of course it has the frame there. I'm guessing it's going to be probably the same frame as the Barbatos, even though like technically according to the story it should have the same frame as the Chimaris, which was a little bit different in the HG form, but in this 1/100 scale form, I don't know, we'll see when we get it open here. So it has the rifle, can be mounted onto the side armor, even though it shows it posed in the hand there, but you can also attach it onto the side skirt, which is pretty cool. I love the design of the rifle. It says 2 handguns are also included. And those handguns actually plug into the front skirt rather than with the HG where those were just molded in there. So the hunter's edges on the feet are extended. This has the Ahab reactor is reproduced on the back. And then it comes equipped with a rifle, Buster Saber, that's what it is, not Buster Sword, Burst Saber, and handguns. Ooh, anyway, 3,000 yen for the price of this kit. Got some stuff here, a few red parts for the inside of the thruster bells, which is cool. And then for the backs, a few stickers there, very few. That's a big change from the HG, very, very welcome change there. It looks like with the Barbatos, most of those stickers are going on the inner frame, and then just a couple more there. So much better color separation in this case. We got a couple pink ones there, one for the camera, for the rifle, which is interesting. Can't remember when I've ever seen that. Oh, it's been a long time. And then pink part there for the eyes, and what looks like also will include one for the back of the head as well. So the camera, the back of the head will also be molded in pink there. So great color separation there with those parts. That's a good sign right off the bat. And here we have just some blue parts there. I'm guessing this will be a doubled runner. We'll probably see another one here later in the box. That one as well. Yeah, here they are. It's just the copies of that one. A little bit different shape. Some more black parts in there. And here we have all of our frame parts, which are all in a just standard gray, actually, instead of that darker gray like we usually see, like for example with the Barbatos. So there's all of our runners. Here at the bottom, we've got our manual. It's going to be the same kind of thing. Box art there on the front of the manual. On the back, we've just got some more information here about the Gundam Vidar. We have 6 sword blades and 1 handle. It's a shame we didn't get a second handle, then you could have 2 swords, but just the way it goes. 2 handguns, a couple more poses there. Again, mostly the same stuff we saw on the outside of the box. Painting here, pretty simple in terms of the colors, like very dark gray, a couple shades of lighter gray, blue, a tiny bit of red, tiny bit of pink, and a tiny bit of gold. That's pretty much it. Here on the inside, we do have a little bit more here about the Masked Man Vidar and the Gundam Vidar. Got all that information there in Japanese and English. If you want to check that out, you can see a little bit there. Very mysterious indeed, or not. I don't know. I'm a few episodes behind in the story in the watching the anime, so I actually don't know what's going on with him at the moment. But here we have the parts list. So we're going to be using everything except for a few parts from the C runner. So that's frame parts there. One frame part from the D runner that looks like the back skirt part that won't be used in this case because you have a different back skirt. So I'm guessing those are the same frame runners as the Gundam Barbatos. So the construction is going to be starting off with building the frame first. We're just going to build the torso frame, then the head, then the arms, just building up all the frame, then the feet, including the hunter's edges, the sword blades, knife blades, all built into the feet there. And then once the frame is all done, then we're moving on to putting on the armor. So on the torso, actually not a whole lot of armor there, just a few pieces there for the head, a few pieces there for the arms. Then the shoulders, then the armor for the legs, and then the skirts. Here you can see, as we're building this, you're not actually putting the handguns in the skirts like at first. So I guess we'll put those in later. So then building the side skirts. Those are going to be slightly more complicated than the HG versions, but not a whole lot. And then building the backpack. And then moving on to the weapons. So the rifle is just a couple parts there, 2 parts for the main body, and then 2 parts for the camera, the actual camera part, and then the actual camera kind of housing there. And then the handguns are actually 2 parts instead of just being 1 part. Kind of thought they would have just kept it like the HG, just kept it as 1 part, but then that's just mounted into the front skirt like so, pretty simple. And then you can attach the rifle onto the side skirt in 3 different options, 3 different points if you want. And then here just using the sword handle and using those few gimmicks there, all of that. So let's get a look at the runners. So here once again we have our foil stickers. So we got all these that are going to be going on the inside, all the gold ones, and then a few dark gray ones. I'm not quite sure where those are going at the moment, I can't quite tell, but we'll point those out there in the review. PC212 for our standard polycap runner for the 1/100 scale IBO kits, with the addition of 2 extra number 6 polycaps there. I'm guessing those are going to be probably for the side skirts. Then we have runner A in 4 different colors. Again, just a couple pink parts there for the camera, for the rifle, and the eyes. And then here across the top, some off-white. It's kind of a creamish off-white color, and then a nice red color here along the bottom. Again, Bandai's been doing really, really well with their red colors lately. Just for me personally, in terms of just the colors, it's in this case it's a slightly orangish kind of pale red color, so it's a really nice color, not like a really bright, obnoxious, like toy-looking red color. Anyway, and then just the standard gray for the rest of this. It looks like these parts are made for the inside of the side skirts, other skirt parts, the head frame, the rifle, hands, and all of that here on runner A. And the runner marking for the new runners anyway for this kit is going to be 1/100 scale Gundam Vidar. Then we have runner B1 here, another really nice color, really nice shade of blue, slightly light blue, rather than just like a kind of standard royal blue or something. So again, nice details on here, and really, really nice details actually. If we take a closer look, you can see we have like the main details, which you can see are like those main like cross sections. Then you have like these smaller panel lines in there as well, and then the same here, like these are parts for the feet. You have like these larger ones and then these smaller lines as well. So it's like a really good mix of these larger and smaller details. So it actually looks quite nice, better than I expected. So you can see on the V-fin as well, which is a really cool shape. You have some small little details on there as well. And then we have a runner B2 as well, which is a copy of just this part of the B1 runner. And then we have runner C1 here for 1/100 scale IBO Gundam Frame 1. So this is from the original Barbatos kits, all molded in just that kind of standard gray color, same as we saw on the A runner. So we have runner C1 here, and then we have runner C2 for the rest of our frame parts here. These are mostly parts for the arms, and these are mostly parts for the legs. And then here runner D is the rest of the Gundam Frame 1, as we have all the parts for the frame of the torso and the skirt. And then this, I guess, would be the section where the head parts were, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong about that. But we do have a section of this missing. That's obviously stuff that was probably more specific for the Barbatos that was omitted in this case. This number 4 part there for the back skirt, the back of the waist armor, is going to be omitted in this case. And then we're back with more all original parts here for runner E1 in this sort of dark color here. And then we also have runner E2, which is a copy of this section here. So these are obviously just parts for the backpack, and then these are the parts for the backpack and side skirts. And then we have runner F1 for just more of this very dark gray. It's almost black, kind of like almost like really close to black anyway, color, really dark gray color here. Just parts for, just dark color parts for the head, arms, legs. We have the parts for the pistols on here as well. So then we do have a runner F2, which is going to go like this, copy of this section here for the guns, and some more parts for the arms and legs. And you can see the thruster bills for the legs are on there as well. So that's it for the runners. So that's it for unboxing the 1/100 scale Gundam Vidar. I gotta say, it looks like a really nice kit. Definitely looks like an improvement over the HG version. That's pretty much been a theme with all the 1/100 scale kits. I think with them not being full master grades, a lot of people may be thinking like, kind of what's the difference? It's just a larger version of the HG, but I think hopefully it's been pretty clear that the 1/100 scale kits are definitely much better than just upscaled versions of the HG kits. The color separation's always been better. And just the details and even some gimmicks and stuff, some things that the HG kits don't have. So this looks like another prime example of that. So looking forward to getting this all snapped up, and I'll come back coming up next with the review for you guys. If you have any other questions and comments, do leave those down below. I know there's a lot of love for this mobile suit out there, so I'm sure you guys will be pretty excited about that video. So I'll see you up next in there. Bye bye.